Hey guys, it's Chris, and I'm back here with a pretty interesting lesson. I'm gonna still kind of stick with the music theory kind of idea today, but I'm going to get away from more of the technicality of what we're playing and get more into the feeling of music. So the cool part about music that, you know, even I didn't really fully grasp and still have trouble with from time to time is timing, you know, and time signatures, things like that. So one thing I really want to briefly go over just to give you the core ideas is two different key signatures, and time signatures. And the time signatures are going to be 4/4, which is also denoted as common time. And then there's 6/8, and 6/8 is commonly a blues time. You know, it's blues, jazz, things like that. You can really use it for anything, but they describe different kinds of feelings, and that's the cool thing about playing something in a different time signature than you normally would. Now, most music you hear is usually in common time because common time is very flowy for people. You know, what's a good way to put it? I guess, you know, a song that I used at the beginning of the videos I started would be Burnout by Green Day, you know, and that song was just... So when you're playing that song, you'll notice one thing. You start tapping your foot along to it, and you're not really counting, but it feels very natural. So that feeling is actually common time, because they're playing it in 4/4. Now what that means is that there's 4 beats a measure. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's what my foot's doing to this. And it's probably making the camera rock a little bit, but that's fine. So what we're doing here is we're just counting. So when you're counting into a song, there's the tempo, or how fast the song's played, and then there's the time that it's played in. So the tempo being how many beats can you fit into a minute. So if I can fit 160 beats into a minute, you know, that would be me doing this 160 times in a minute. So if I'm able to take a song that's written in common time, the count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that count doesn't change. Now what can change is the tempo, okay? That timing is pretty much going to stay the same throughout the whole song. You can change it throughout. You know, more complex music will do that. People that want to change the flow of things certainly throw in different time signatures throughout their songs, but for most all intents and purposes of music that you hear on the radio today, it's going to be written completely in common time, which would be 4/4, or it's going to be written in 6/8. So for the purpose of common time, you'll often hear a song and you go, okay, he's writing this in common time, right? Yeah, because, well, it feels slower, you know? Someone would say, oh, a slower song, that's usually written in 6/8, so it could be something like Green Day, like I said, where it's... You know, or it could be a slower feeling song where maybe you're just going like... Even though that's a slower song, the only thing that changed was the tempo and the speed that song was being played at. It's still in common time, and you can always tell because of the count. So if you count, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in that particular song, they were using, you know, half notes. So you were going... So in that particular song, even though it's slower than the Green Day song was, it's still being played in 4, because it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So, as you'll notice in that count, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, that's what it's doing. it's still in common time, and that's the important thing to remember is your 4 beats per measure. So your count might be a little different. The song could be 1, 2, 3, 4, but if there's more notes fitting into it, your count could be different because there is a difference between whole notes, half notes, 16th notes, if there's triplets being done, things like that. But the thing to remember is that if the feeling of the music, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 1, 2, 3, 4. One of those 2 counts is going to get you right back around, because if the song goes after the 4 fours, I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It came right back around. So the starting point is going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So after 4, it comes right back around. You start your count over. So if you're able to listen to a song and you get that feeling, it's a rhythmic feeling you get used to where it's like, it doesn't matter what's being played. What matters is that when you're counting off 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, however slow or fast it is, that the count is coming right back around full circle. Because if you find yourself going playing something like that and you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, doesn't really fit. You know, you're like, wait a minute, I was counting to 4, but it felt like it stopped before 4, or it was going to go longer. Now you're confused. You're like, wait, well, that wasn't common time. Like, what is that? You know, you can get really confused. And the most common one that's going to go up to now is called 6/8 time. And the 6/8 time, right, you'll see like a 6, and then like a division sign, and then an 8 below it. And that's what that will look like. So for 6/8, it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're dividing the 8 beats down into 6 counts. So that's how that goes. You go. So you'll notice that what we're doing there is it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what that count is obviously different than common time, and the count's different. You'll feel your feet tap along to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's important to be able to listen to a piece of music and then tell what the what the time signatures that it's being played in, because it's very important. It tells you the mood of the music, and it tells you a lot about the music. When something's in a different timing, like 6/8, a lot of people associate 6/8 with a very swingy feel, you know? I mean, when I'm playing in common time, it's like you feel like you gotta be somewhere, like you're getting up and you're going to work, or, you know, there's a party to get to, or a train's leaving without you. You're just like, you know, crap, I gotta go. You know, it's just very, like, it's very primal, you know, 4/4 fits, you know, and it's just a very assertive tone and a very assertive feeling to that song. So when you're playing something in 6/8, 6/8 has more of a swing to it. It's kind of like, you know, I'll get on the next train, you know, I'm going to enjoy a little more sunlight, you know, something like that, where it's... So you got that kind of a feel and a flow to it, and, you know, it's a very swingy feel. You know, it's been associated with a lot of different kinds of music. It's been associated with punk, it's been associated with classic rock, it's been in a lot of different genres, but it's normally associated with like a blues feel or a jazz feel, you know, but there's also kind of an understanding or a descriptive feeling to it, you know, love songs. Love songs are, you know, you'll feel those in 6/8 a lot. Powerful love songs can be done in a different feel of a common time. You can do it in however you want, but you'll commonly find that a love song is a 6/8 song, I see that more often than not. You think about a song like Jason Mraz. Jason Mraz loves to write in 6/8. He's got a lot of great 6/8 songs, like, God, what's this one? You know, I can't remember it off the top of my head. If I do, I'll put it in the comments for the video. But it's got that very swingy feel, you know. It's a very carefree feeling. It's a very upbeat feeling, though, you know. And it can be down, you know. It all depends on how you set the mood of the music. But I wanted to just do a quick verbal lesson. There isn't a lot of music to show you with this kind of a thing. I'll make some recommendations of songs and give you the keys that they're played in the description below for the video. That way you can have an idea of this song is written in 6/8, this song's written in 4/4, and then let your body just tap your foot along to the song, and then start to count it off. If it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay. You're going to be like, okay, now I'm playing in 6/8. The song's in 6/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you listen to the next song and you're like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to know what time signature that song is in. So go ahead and get used to that idea. There's nothing you can really do on your guitar for this part of it. It's more of just a music lesson, and I think it's an important one for you to get used to that different aspect. So go ahead and listen to the couple songs that I put on for you and get used to how they feel. Feel the 6/8, feel the common time, and I'll see you next week for another lesson. Take care.